Hey everybody, Kyle Zempel here from Black Earth Angling Company. I'm going to be tying up a new pattern I've kind of been tinkering around with called the Snowcone. You can tie it in a number of different flavors, thus the name Snowcone. It's a great little swimmer. It's a super easy pattern to tie and very highly customizable. These brushes come in endless amount of colors and materials, and I think you can certainly make it your own. Really, it's a pattern that is a guide fly. It's quick to tie, easy to use, and I enjoy quick ties because you can fill your box quickly, and you're not really afraid to use them. I do tie this pattern in a light version or unweighted version, and then I do add some wraps of lead-free wire to add a little bit of weight, which will ultimately help get it down into a little bit of a lower water column. The color scheme I'm tying up for you today is the original that I came up with, and from there I was like, well, this is a super easy pattern to tie. Let's play with some other colors. So I had a few other brushes laying around and played around, tied up a couple different ones, and I think it's going to be a new staple in my box. So with that, man, let's get to it here, huh? All right, everybody, we're going to start with a B10S Gamakatsu. Give yourself a nice base of thread there. And we're going to be using a little of the Steve Farrar's SF fiber. Pull out a little bit of a strand there, less than a pencil. You're going to fold that in half and then cut it. And then like to pull out some of the tag ends a little bit to make it so it's not a nice clean cut, tapering it a bit. Tied into the halfway point and then fold it back over, securing it down. Next, little Mirage Flashabou. Stuff's great, really big fan of the color scheme. Again, tying that in the middle, folding it back to secure it in, and then just give it a little paint of adhesive. Next, the dyed UV polar chenille in pink. This again can be something that you change colors with. You know, any color that you like is good here. So, and the most important thing, we're going to palmer this forward, and each time we're going to basically pull the fibers back so we're not trapping any underneath our wraps. Tie that off. Next, we're going to be using a craft fur brush. This is the 3-inch wide one. This one's got a little chartreuse in the middle with white tips. These come in a wide array of different colors and styles. You can also use a foxy brush here. Again, the 3-inch length is key. That allows those fibers to veil back over the top of the fly itself. Here again, when we're palmering this forward, we're going to sweep those fibers back again so we're not trapping any. It's going to look a little funny at first, but as you'll see, we'll brush it out and it'll really come to life. Wrap it all the way up to the eye of the hook here and try to get as many wraps as you can in there to build a good head, and then tie it off. Snip it with the back of your scissors so you don't dull your scissors, and then build yourself a little bit of a thread head there to lock all those fibers in. Whip finish. And now we're going to brush it out. So just give it a good brushing and kind of free up those fibers, get them in place. Give it a nice pet. Those flies like that. Some glue. I use the Loctite gel control is my favorite for doing eyes. Place those eyes on there. Once we have the eyes glued on, we're going to add a little bit of UV cure. I like to use thin. I like to put a nice healthy dot of it on top of the eye and then spread it around with my bodkin, working it into the fiber around the eyes. That helps keep those eyes on the fly much longer. I do like to let it sit in the sun afterwards a little bit to make sure that it's all basically, you know, cured properly. I usually like to paint a little Sally Hansen's over the top of my UV cure to get rid of the tackiness. That about does it, folks. Thanks a lot for tuning in to this episode of Drinking with Scissors. Support your local fly shop, and we'll see you next time.